Hi, Jamie Dry here. I want to talk to you real quick about something that I saw this past week. I lift over at UFC Gym in Long Island, and last Saturday they had their challenge for a lot of their members. And it was a really fun competition that I saw. And the one exercise, though, that seemed to nail most of the competitors was the barbell clean. Now, it was sandwiched in between like sprints and suicides and forward lunges. It was a competition that was more about finishing faster than anybody else. So there really was very little rest, and the volume on the number of cleans was fairly high. It was somewhere between like 10 and 12 per set. So it got me thinking, if this is the exercise that was nailing most of the competitors, this is probably the one thing that most will need to work on moving forward. Now, I'm not here to debate whether or not doing barbell cleans or power movement for sets of like 10 to 15 is good or bad or an abomination of what it was originally intended. It's not what the debate is really about. This is specifically about, if you're going to do this competition, I just want to give you a few nuggets of advice as far as how to train to get that specific exercise better next time you're competing. First of all, a lot of the competitors didn't really seem to have a lot of training experience when they doing their regular workouts with a decent barbell clean. So what I would recommend when you do go work out and start practicing this is, instead of training for the competition the same way that you would actually compete in the competition, which would be no rest, back-to-back exercises, high volume, I would actually highly recommend that you go low reps, multiple sets with several minutes of rest in between, and you don't really pair it with anything else that's going to take the wind out of you. If you want to do some mobility drills or some active rest in between, that's fine, but keep yourself fresh. The reason being is you're trying to learn new motor patterns, and a barbell clean can be fairly technical. So instead of getting yourself winded and exhausted and you're desperately trying to hold on, recognize right now your order of business is to get good technique at your barbell clean, rather than working on the metabolic conditioning that you're going to need as you get closer to the competition. All right, let me sell you really quick on why it's very important that you actually take the rest while you're learning how to do barbell cleans, do low volume, and train them heavy. What I saw when everybody was using their upper body so much in the competition was because the weight was so light. Now, if you're practicing with a light enough weight where you can do high reps and not take any rest as you're going in a circuit, it never gets heavy enough that you have to learn how to use your legs for most of the power. It's so light that you're always going to keep, it's the easiest way to do it, especially if you don't really know good technique. You're never going to be forced to learn good technique if you can just simply do a reverse curl and hold it up here. So it's extremely important, if you want to learn how to do it properly and then transfer that to high volume down the road, you have to train with enough weight on the bar that you can't just do a reverse curl and hold it there for a second and do it with crappy form. It needs to be a heavy enough load that you have to use your legs in order to get it up and under. And once you've really gotten that good technique about how do you get the power from your legs ingrained in your nervous system, then you can go ahead and start transferring and switching it up to higher volume for the competition. Point sold, I hope. So in summary, moving forward to practice for your next competition doing barbell cleans in a metabolic kind of competition, when you're training, right now, focus on strength and technique. Take plenty of rest in between sets and work on learning how to use your legs rather than your upper body. Because when push comes to shove and you're on the competition floor, you're going to get a lot more juice out of your thighs than you are biceps and shoulders. As you get closer to the competition date, then you could start training more in line with your actual expect to be doing in the competition, which would be higher volume, less rest in between, and you could start developing those type of attributes. Again, I'm not using this today to really get into technique, nor am I looking to debate whether or not barbell cleans are good to be done in 10 to 15 reps in a metabolic circuit. That's neither here nor there. This is just for people who are looking to do the competition. This is part of it, and this is what you're going to do, so this is the best way to go about it. Thanks again for watching. If you have not yet done so, please subscribe to my YouTube channel just by hitting that cute little button down there. You can also find me on Facebook as Coach Jamie Dreyer, and I've got plenty of other content that I put out on my blog over at jamiedreyer.com. Stay tuned. See you next time. Thanks.